In this video, we will show you how to replace your rear sway bar link on this GMC Acadia. This is part of your rear suspension, located behind your rear wheel. Let's get into it. Okay friend, let's get started on our job. The first thing we have to do is safely raise and support the rear of the vehicle so the wheel's off the ground. Once you've done that, we're going to continue on to removing all 6 of our 22mm lug nuts and then the wheel. Now with the wheel out of the way, the next thing we have to do is apply a little bit of support underneath the rear control arm. We don't need very much pressure here, we just want to support it. Now we can start removing the sway bar link. This is held in place with a 15mm headed bolt up along the top, which we'll save for last. Following the sway bar link down to where it connects onto your sway bar, you're going to find you have a 15mm headed mounting nut. And if you were to hold on to the stud of the sway bar link here, you're going to want to use a 7mm. Let's start removing this mounting nut. For this, I'm using a 15mm ratcheting wrench, my 7mm wrench on that stud. We'll get the nut off of there, quick inspection, set it aside. Now let's move up to the top of the sway bar link. In this area, you're going to find a 15mm headed bolt that comes through the sway bar link and into the knuckle. Let's remove that. Go ahead and take hold of that sway bar link and remove it from the vehicle. There it is, friend. Now that that's out of there, let's clean and inspect the mounting points. Just make sure that sway bar is not rotted or damaged. We'll pay attention to our knuckle. Double check to make sure that the threading is still in good condition. Okay, friend, it's time to install our brand new rear sway bar link. Before we start putting it in place, we'll have a look at the shafted area here. For the installation process, we'll be using a 5mm Allen head to hold the stud still while we continue tightening the nut for the installation. When installing this, we'll be starting down along the bottom, just slide it right on through that sway bar. At this point, you can start on the mounting nut down along the bottom there. Now it's time to pivot up to the top area. We're going to align that with the mounting bolt hole and start on the mounting bolts by hand. If you find that it wants to bind on you, you may have to either raise or lower the rear suspension to get this properly aligned. Now we can snug these up. The torque for the upper mounting bolt is 43 foot-pounds and the lower mounting nut is 48 foot-pounds. We've got it snug. Let's torque this bolt to 43 foot-pounds. Make our way down to the bottom. We're going to snug that mounting nut. The torque for that, once again, is 48 foot-pounds. Let's get our wrench on here. I'm going to stick my socket into the far end there. Now that we've fully torqued the sway bar link, let's remove support from under the rear control arm. One last quick inspection in the area and we can reinstall our wheel. Start on all 6 of your 22mm lug nuts. We'll bottom them out. Get the wheels safely on the ground and torque these to 140 foot-pounds. The wheel back on the ground, we'll torque these in a crisscross manner. Torqued. Okay friend, we finished the installation of one side of our rear sway bar links. The process for one side of the vehicle is the exact same thing as the other. Once you've completed that, you want to go ahead and take your vehicle for a road test and listen for funny noises. Thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.